I gotta mute this.
Hey everyone, this is Aaron St. Denis at FF Mad Scientist. I am joined by Jesse Moeller at JMoeller05 and SC Romero at the PPR Show. Welcome to the Fantasy Football Universe. Welcome in. We are here for our second mock draft. This one is going to be rookies, and it's only single QB. We did Superflex last week. We're going to alternate. Every week we're going to switch. So this one, single QB. Everybody ready to go?
Let's get it.
Fired up, baby. Fire it up.
I gave myself the that was weird. Power flickered. I gave myself the first pick so that way I can have the easy call and then just sit here and talk. So let's fire it up. I am going Marvin Harrison.
I thought you were going Bowers there.
You're brave, sir.
Bowers. Smart ass knows I don't want Bowers in the first round. 101. Let's see. We've got a few people who I thought were going to be here who I'm not sure if they're running late or not. So we got Mace up next. He may be
Kelly Kings. Shout out Kelly Kings, one of my IDP guys I talked to. You need some IDP knowledge. Good guy to reach out to.
Yeah, Mace is awesome with IDP content. Like
yes.
he's one of the guys outside of our group that I will happily ask questions about with IDP because he knows way more than a lot of people.
I do not promote anyone's IDP. I promote my own IDP. I heard SC go, oh, he's very good at IDP. Yes, he is. He finished 2 spots below.
There you go.
You gotta give him the degenerate shuck it. Like
the only person I will promote is Leo because he's the only one who beat me. So,
Master, yeah, you were number 2, yeah.
I was.
There you go.
He is getting auto picked. Malik Neighbors. That's
right.
Standard. There.
Nothing different there.
Nah, that's
there it goes.
I do kind of wish we would auto pick people like terrible players. So if you miss it, you can just check that.
Okay.
Rose Bowers. Well,
Bowers.
He didn't auto pick a terrible player. He just took the terrible.
Okay.
Adunze, Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas, Troy Franklin.
People are perusing.
A ton of receivers going here. We got. There's nothing really. I would have taken Franklin ahead of Thomas, but Thomas would have been my pick right after that. The question is, how long before we get a running back or a quarterback?
It's gonna be a minute.
So see, I don't know here. So see, here I am at 108, and now there's a teardrop right at the wide receiver position here. Yeah. So now the question is, I don't think I want to get a running back quite yet because I just don't think that capital is gonna be there. So I think with this teardrop, I think I have to go Caleb.
Yep,
makes sense to see what could be.
We're in the tier 2 of receivers, but I think I still prefer the tier 2 receivers. For me, tier 2 was Thomas, Worthy, Mitchell, maybe Coleman and McConkey. I don't know. I could have considered Williams there. I was going to take him if it got back to me. Oh, fuck. I got to pause this. This is supposed to be linear, not snake. I'm changing that on the fly, guys.
Oh, I was hoping for a nice other.
No, it's fucking rookie draft.
Okay. I know.
I didn't realize that. I was like, I'm going to take Caleb at 201, and then I'm like, I don't pick 201. What the fuck?
You're like, wait a second.
Take my pick back. I'm not choosing Caleb. I thought at 205. No, I'm just kidding. You're good.
I'm just glad the clock run down.
Everybody's a fucking comedian. Hey,
you gotta have a little fun with it, right?
Man, this guy on the clock, he needs to make his pick.
I mean, I like to milk it. We like to build a little suspense. If you don't know where I'm going, we're gonna go with the guy that's like the safe one. We're gonna go Keon Coleman out of Florida State. Or sorry,
that's
Keon Coleman. He's the one who fell in all our drafts. I assumed you weren't going Tez Walker.
Absolutely not. I am not taking Tez in the first round, folks. It has been down week for him.
Tez in the second round, I don't think.
Yeah, there's definitely other guys I prefer.
Keon, AD Mitchell, and McConkey were guys I would have considered, but again, I think at 108, even a single could be. Caleb has some value, so I think you have to take him. But Keon's a great pick.
I hate this 201 spot. I'm looking and I've got maybe 2 receivers and a quarterback left before I'm thinking I'm going running back. So we don't know who might auto draft.
At 201 in single QB, you're hoping McConkey gets there. I think that's a smash pick at that point.
I'm hoping AD Mitchell gets there. He's not going.
I'd be happy with either one of those guys. Like it gets to the point in the draft where you could start like we talked about with quarterbacks. Even though it's one QB, you still want difference makers. So we'll talk about somebody who's coming up soon here, Jaden Daniels. Like he might be a good selection. Somebody needs a quarterback. Like
why is Jaden Daniels so far down the board?
They have weird ADP on some of these players. So if you look, there's certain guys who I'm not going to mention because I want them in the second round. But
Drake May was way up here, and I don't get that. Yeah. So I was deciding between Daniels, not May, Daniels, AD Mitchell, McConkey, and maybe even Leggett. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
For now, right now, I think the easy pick is Jaden Daniels. If it gets to me, it's Daniels or Mitchell easily.
Yeah, and you have your choice of wide receiver, basically.
Me too, man. I think he's going to be a slippery wide receiver.
Who's that?
McConkey, Lab McConkey.
Oh yeah.
He's going to be
the curious thing,
step in and play right away.
Just to hit up earlier, the curious thing, especially in COQB, is when is a running back going to go? We know this wide receiver class is super stacked. When is a running back going to go, and who's going to be the first one? I don't even know if there's a consensus RB1 in this draft class yet. There's so many people that are moving up with it. So
I think we've written profiles on all these guys. If you want to see the write-up for them, head over to fantasyfootballuniverse.com. There goes McConkey, which means I'm either going to get Daniels or AD Mitchell.
So get Daniels.
I'm taking Daniels. I got to scroll down to find his ass. There he is. So I will take quarterback in the single QB league.
A COQB solid start for you, Marvin Harrison and Jaden Daniels. Those are arguably 2 top 5 picks in the Superflex draft, right?
I love.
It's not bad. Not bad being the 1-1.
Everyone only wants to play Superflex now. I like to have a mix of everything. I like to have one dynasty or a dynasty Superflex and a single quarterback dynasty. I think it's more fun to have. Like I know 90% of the leagues
there
are.
Goes
Jonathan
Brooks. Solid.
I like single QB.
Oh, Mace is drafted, so he's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
Nice pick, Mace.
We only have 2 auto draft at the end.
And there it goes. Is this the RB run? Blake Corum?
Yeah, they're gonna come hot and heavy in the middle of the second.
I know my guy.
No, not my guy. Come on.
I was about to say I know my guy Spencer loves Bucky, so there he goes. Running back run.
Seen Tez Walker and said, "Fuck that! I'm going running back."
Yeah.
That's who I want. I wanted Jatavian Sanders to get to me at 301. I figured he wouldn't, but
there goes Tez. All right, so now we're in a situation here.
I know who I want at running back.
I think I'm gonna take my RB1 if he gets there. We'll see.
I suspect your RB1 is who I'm waiting for. Here, let me go position by position. I want who's your RB1? I want Trey Benson here, but
that's my RB1. But if he's not there, my RB2 is Marshawn Lloyd.
Oh, you got Snipes.
There's a couple of these running backs with serious injury concerns. I don't think I've written up one where it didn't end with serious injury history.
So I think I'm going Marshawn here, and the wide receivers this class so stacked. So I mean, my last 2 rounds I could get still some solid wide receivers. I think.
Absolutely. I'm gonna take a guy who is pretty undervalued, and it's the guy out of Washington, the one who dealt with an injury this year. He was on a torrid pace. He basically hurt his knee. Didn't catch a ball for 2 months. It's McMillan. Yeah, McMillan's an awesome player. He's gonna be a really good slot wide receiver. I think in this range. Yeah, I think he's better than Polk actually. I think he's a better player. So for fantasy, particularly with PPR, like I think there's a much better path for him to be the guy. Because it's weird. Polk came in like strong this year and wasted with that injury, established himself. But before that, McMillan was the guy. So I'm really banking on his profile, him coming out. He was like a top 5 wide receiver coming out as like in the class. So overall, yeah, I'm gonna go McMillan.
And I don't think McMillan was 100% even when he came back, and that's why we still saw Polk there. So he wasn't the same. Estime is interesting. I like that pick. Leggett's good pick.
Yep. It's still like we're in the late second. It's still not bad in 1 QB. Like these are all solid players.
So I'm in a single QB 16-team league. So this is very interesting seeing how this is playing out right now. Michael Penix.
That is a bold pick.
Interesting. He's someone that I feel is dropping some boards. We'll see.
I'm not even considering a QB or a tight end. I don't like the wide receivers on the board. I am deciding between these 2. It's Braylon Allen for me.
There you go. Get your guy.
Oh, Malachi Corley was the wide receiver I had next highest on the board.
Very great pick. Roman Wilson. Okay. Jalen Polk. Okay.
Now we're cruising. This is going to be a 10-minute show.
So Spencer has 2 Washington prospects there. And then you
Don't blame him.
have Ryan with 2 Michigan prospects there. Very
You
interesting.
can tell who's watching who, right?
Right. Let's see where Smitty goes.
Yeah, I'd say this is definitely the grab your guy part of the draft. Like, don't worry about
Yeah.
ADP with players. Just if you like somebody, get them now. If
Yeah.
they're good, they'll rise.
That's
Like, I would not worry
typically
about it.
that's typically what the third round is. Once you
Mhm.
get there, it's like,
For me,
because
it's Knicks or Shipley here.
there might be one, maybe 2 or 3 guys that are going day 2 in the third round here. Ricky Parcell was someone on my board. Ray Davis, great pick.
You liked him the other day, didn't you, Jesse Pearsall, or was it Jeremy?
Yeah. No, I like Pearsall. I think he's a solid NFL player. I don't know about fantasy wise if he's gonna work out, but I think he's gonna be a good NFL wide receiver.
It is getting slim. Very
Yeah.
The
slim.
hope is the legacy prospect gets to me right here. We'll see.
You're going for Rice?
Yeah.
We did his profile yesterday.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I
There
just
you
think
go.
that's the best wide receiver on the board right now.
I don't necessarily think that's a great thing. I think he is
Yeah.
the best receiver on the board. I don't know. I don't mind Cohen.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Burton. He has traits. It's just Thrash is solid. There's a couple of guys that aren't bad.
I want,
Yeah.
as far as receivers go, I've Rice, Cohen. I don't think I have interest in any. If I don't get Rice or Cohen, I won't be drafting another running back or a wide receiver.
The Coey thing we talked about pre-show that we just gotta figure out what that injury was that he sustained during Senior Bowl practice. Because that could definitely impact his draft stock.
He's definitely my favorite wide. Like coming into the process, when I was like, I loved Cowling. I think he's awesome. He didn't have a great couple days, and then he got injured. So we'll see how that works out with his draft stock. But overall, if he's a player I think he is, I'm just gonna take him here.
The tight ends aren't bad. I did my deep dive into tight ends for an IDP guys article yesterday, and it's the deepest I've gone into tight end besides the top 2. And it turns out there's actually 2 more that I like.
Yeah, I'm surprised Bell's still on the board.
Okay, Bell and Cade Stover were the 2 that I think are an easy second tier. Well, there's 3. I am going to take the first one. That's my tight end 3 right there.
Yeah,
I was going to say Sanat is good.
I went in with my rankings having Stover and Bell the obvious 3 and 4, and then as I ran through them and did each profile one by one, I bumped Sanat or Sano or whatever up to he's 3 now. But all 3 of them are a group for me. For Sano, Stover, Bell, all 3 were in a group. He was just the top of the group. So I got one of each position. How about that?
No, I think he's a high floor player. Like
Theo Johnson's a good one too, and with Ryan going 2 tight ends, that's interesting there.
Yeah, that is bold.
Bowers and Theo.
You got Spencer Rattler.
I'm assuming Spencer's.
Is the Senior Bowl game going on right now? I'm not watching.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
who's in at QB? I know half the QBs decided to stay home.
Last I saw, it was Milton on his side. I'm not sure who's on the other side right now.
I thought it was Knicks.
Yeah, it could have been. I'm not sure if he's still quarterbacking.
Is that the guy out of South Dakota State?
What, Davis? Yeah. He's interesting, man. He's interesting. I like Gore too, actually.
I don't mind Gore.
So Jordan said that Josh Williams was supposed to be Jalen Wright there. So just heads up for people watching, because he's not in the draft.
You can fix it.
He's not in the draft board, I don't think.
There's a couple of them that weren't added in yet. Okay, so that's Jalen Wright, Tennessee running back. I can't do anything with it. It won't let me change it in any meaningful way. Okay, let's look through here. So I got 2 tight ends I'd still like to have.
Bo Nix was my guy. So yeah, you were mentioning that tier break with Jaheim Bell. So I'm right now between Bell. Loeb is doing great, but I'm also looking at Blake Watson out of Memphis or even McClellan. But I think for a tight end, for a single QB, having that tight end stock, I think Jaheim Bell is a good pick there in that 4th round.
Yeah, that was the guy I wanted. Like when I'm looking at the board right now, I'm really not like there's guys, but no one jumps out to me. So I'm just gonna take a dart and hope Jace McMillan gets draft capital. Like that's just what I'm gonna do with this pick.
For quarterback, Pratt's the only one left. Tight end, I take Stover, and that's it. Running back, I don't mind Loeb, however the hell you pronounce it. I don't really want any of these guys. And wide receiver,
there's a few wide receivers. It's like Burton, Thrash. Denis. You got Muhammad
Burton's just
down here.
a time bomb. I don't mind Isaiah Williams.
Yeah, like if
yeah,
they're okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a dart at McMillan.
I'd be taking Cade Stover. Cade Stover's the only one I've got left.
I'll go.
Holker. So.
Holker's good. I like Holker.
He loves Holkers. All right, last pick is Cade Stover.
That's a solid last pick of the draft. Yeah.
So it won't let us. I hate that. Where is it? I want to see. I hate that it takes the board off because I wanted to go through and see what was left on the board. But so.
Oh, I still have the board. So quarterbacks left. We still have Pratt, Jordan Travis, Joe Milton, Hartman, and Leary. I think in single QBs, those are going to be the ones left. Superflex, you can get them late, but running backs.
Quarterbacks taken. The 7 tight ends. So sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I would say the running backs here are Mayan Williams, Rasheen Ali, Carson Steele, Blake Watson, Jawar Jordan, and Dylan Johnson. Dylan Johnson is someone that I think could have been taken. Washington's running back.
Yeah, he's good. I just don't think he has enough burst to really be a difference maker in the league. Yeah. But I think he's a solid NFL running back, possibly.
When you're looking at these fourth round and then the third, maybe if you're hesitant on some guys, I trust him a lot, so that would be good. The wide receivers, we were stacked there. It's Jermaine Burton. Pretty sure Sturdivant went back, if I'm not mistaken. Torrey Holton, Jamari Thrass, Anaya Smith, Theo Wees, Moose Muhammad, Brew McCoy, Malik Washington. Zachary Franklin, he's not with the team anymore, but he hasn't necessarily said he's going to the draft. So that one's interesting. I'm not sure if he's officially in the draft or not. Isaiah Williams.
This is not a deep class. Let me tell you that. I think there's going to be a ton of misses this year because you're going to get into ranges where there's 2 or 3 elites, and then you're going to have a whole bunch of guys in tier 2, whole bunch of guys in tier 3. There's going to be groups here where it's 4 guys all similar valued, and you just got to hope you pick the right one. Because if I told you, you got, what's this, 6, Brooks, Corum, Irving, Benson, Lloyd, Estime, Allen, that's 7. If I told you to pick who was going to be the best one, you couldn't accurately pick. I'm sure we all have a favorite, but it's the same, you got Thomas, Worthy, Coleman. You've got groups here where it's just...
Yeah. So say there's no consensus RB1 right now.
It's tiers right now, and you just got to hope that the guy who hits is the one who falls to your, tier falls to you.
There's gonna be a couple day 2 running backs out of that group. That's just what you're gonna want to follow because it'll give them the opportunity at least.
Well, and that's what I told Heath that I think out of the group of 7, the ones who separate are the 2 or 3 or whoever many it is who get day 2 draft capital or a good landing spot. Then you'll see these 2 or 3 who get it bump up a bit, and the rest will fall back a bit. And that's how we're going to differentiate. But for now, it's a big ass cluster.
I will say the tight end class. Still on the board is Jared Wiley, who I'm starting to like a little bit. Bryson Nesbitt, who all right from UNC, and then someone that was surprised to get drafted, Brevin Spanford as well.
He's nice.
So
he's a giant, he's a giant blocker. He's going to be a really good run blocker and a red zone threat in the NFL.
But tight ends, you obviously want a guy that's going to catch the ball as well, but someone that's blocking is the main thing because they'll see the field, so the opportunity presents itself. So that's why I like Spanford.
Yep.
I don't trust any of these early rookie drafts either because the ADP is so out of whack. It's just the Wild West. So everyone just picks their guys. So it's kind of unreliable to do it right now. You got to wait till after the draft when they load in their pictures and their landing spots and all that. And then the ADP is a little more reliable. If you look now, what was the ADP? 900, 901, 902. It's they put them in alphabetically. So
yeah, it's all out of whack. It'll be interesting to look right after the combine. How the draft board will look compared to our draft board is now. It'll be massively different too. But it's just, it is what it is.
Jesse loading up on wide receivers. I think you're the only one who really loaded up on one set position. Right?
Yeah. I was these are the guys I like the best, so I'm just gonna take them right here.
You had 4 or 5 separate teams, all go one of each position, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Yeah.
5 of us went balanced. Jesse went whole wide receiver, pretty much.
Right, and then dart throw running back at the end, baby. That's what we're gonna do. I just for me for rookie drafts, I don't draft for need. I just draft talent.
No, I wasn't intending to do that. It just happened that every time it got up to me, the best player on the board was at a different position. I found.
Yeah, that's how it worked out for me too. I was I could take a running back here, but I was nah, I like these wide receivers better.
Same with that.
All right. Well, I guess that was a short episode today. We flew through that damn one. That is four. I don't know how did we go 45 minutes the other day? I think because we were stopping after each pick because we didn't.
We were talking about it too. Yeah,
it goes a lot quicker when you just let the board actually play out. This was all 12 of us. Last time it was just 4 of us going 1-1-1. So
yeah.
Well, that concludes our first single QB rookie draft of the season. Check back. I think we're going to do one again every Sunday. Next week, it will be Superflex again. Not sure. What do you guys think worked better? Full draft room or four of us?
Sunday may not be the best. Super Bowl. So
yeah, next Sunday might be a little tough for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We always do it early though. Super Bowl's
yeah.
Either way, Saturday, Sunday, sometime next weekend. So this one, I think the graphic said it was Sunday, but we ended up doing it today. So
yeah,
we moved it. So all right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you want to check out any of the write-ups for these guys, head over to the site, Fantasy Football Universe. For those of you who watched or are in the draft room, I am going to go start working on the write-up for this mock draft. It will be posted in a couple of hours, also on fantasyfootballuniverse.com. Check back tomorrow for whoever the next prospect is in the series. I don't know who it is at this point, actually. Anyways, thank you for tuning in to our first 1QB mock draft. For Aaron, Jesse, and SC, thank you all for tuning into the Fantasy Football Universe.